It is currently 9:30 in the evening when I'm actually filming this. Yeah, do with that what you will. I'm also in my PJs, so get comfy, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get into the video. So today I'm going to be recommending some books that are the trope of brother's best friend or best friend's brother. Brother's best friend is one of my favourite tropes, and I don't know why. Like, it's just something I just like reading about. Like, I've never thought that way of like my brother's best friends or anything like that, but I don't know what it is about the trope. It just gets me every time. So I'm going to be giving you a few recommendations for that. These are going to be from books that I've read, not from ones that I've not read. So I've not actually read many this year from them, but I'm going to give you the ones that I have read and what I thought, if I enjoyed it, etc, etc. Let's get into it. I'm going to start with best friend's brother, because yeah, I still like this trope because it's still like a brother like figure of someone that you know, but it's not like up there with brother's best friend. So we're gonna go into best friend's brother. Some of them I have the physical copies because they were in a box that was in my room and not like put away in storage until we move out. I've also got a Dr. Pepper Zero because it's my babe. So the first one is Truly Madly Deeply by LJ Shen. I really loved this book. I know that for some reason this gets a lot of hate. Like, I mean, it's quite a big book, like it probably could have been a little bit smaller, but I absolutely gobbled this up. First Pretense, and this is nothing to do with how I thought the book was, but the guy is how do we say it? There's 11 size thing going on in this book to start with, but it's also, so it's best friend's brother. So basically you have Cal and her best friend Dylan, and Dylan's brother Ro, or Ambrose is his full name. Basically when they were sort of like teenagers, Cal basically gets Ro to deflower her. She doesn't want to live undeflowered forever, so she gets him to deflower her, and basically Dylan catches them in the act and swears off their friendship forever. Years and years later, Cal comes back to town because her father has died, so she's come back for the funeral and also to come and sort of like help her mum out, and he is obviously there and he basically hates her, like has such a hatred for her, and obviously her ex-best friend hates her too, but this is like enemies to lovers. Like, it is spicy. Like, it's not one of the spiciest, but there is quite a bit of spice in it, that also involves like a cucumber. That's all I will say. And I actually love this. I ate this up. Like, I really enjoyed this. The main character is quite infuriating, like the female main character, sorry. She is quite infuriating. I don't know why, but she tells white lies all the time. Like, she just lies for no reason, and I don't know why. So she is quite infuriating at times, but I still liked it. She does get better, like in the second book, which is, we will come on to. I feel like her character is like, she's not in it much, but her character feels like completely different than she was in the first book. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I still very enjoyed this one. Then also best friend's brother, we have Twisted Hate by Huang. I tabbed a few times. This was like when I first started tabbing, so I didn't really tab that much. I'm still quite new to like tabbing, by the way. This is quite a hefty book. This is the second book. No, it's not. I'm lying. It's the third book in the series. Apparently I'm like the other character. I lie for no reason. Yeah, this is the third book in the series, and basically there's 4 books that follow a different, like, each girl in the friend group. This follows Jules and Josh, and I love this. So Jules is basically Ava, Ava's best friend, and Josh is Ava's brother. If you've read Twisted Love, then you will know these characters already, but basically Jules and Josh absolutely hate each other. Like, they hate each other with a passion. They always have, always will. He thinks that he's he thinks that she's a really, really bad influence on Ava, and yeah, he absolutely hates her. Basically, their banter for each other is very, very witty. I really like that. And they have one night of extreme enemies passion, like pure hatred passion. And after that, they decide, right, okay, let's do like a enemies with benefits type of situation. We're not going to catch feelings, and it's literally going to be benefit both of us. Let's just call a truce for now, just while we have a little bit of fun and get it out of our system. And obviously, as they get to know each other, they realise that more meets the eye, and there's a reason why each of them is the way that they are. And I loved this. I ate this up. I would say this is a good like 4 stars at least. I absolutely loved the passion in this, the intensity, the way the two words I lied made my jaw hit the fucking floor. This book will have you feeling so many fucking emotions, and yeah, love it. Then we're gonna go on to Brother's Best Friend, aka one of the best tropes. If you know, you know. The first one I don't have with me, but is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. And I know Colleen Hoover is such like a, you either love her or you hate her. I know she gets such a bad rep for like her books, but Ugly Love was, at the time that I read it, I was in a Colleen Hoover phase. I was literally reading all of her books beginning of the year. Was a 5-star for me. I loved this book. Since reading other books, it probably wouldn't be a 5-star, but at the time it was a 5-star. And I ate this up. It basically follows Miles and a girl who I don't even remember what she's called, it was that long ago. It basically follows them two. So she is doing like her, I don't know if it's like her doctor degree or something like that, something to do with like university or college or something. And she is staying with her brother in his flat, and basically his best friend comes in. They sort of like have a bit of banter together, decides to do like a friends with benefits type thing. Obviously friends with benefits never ends well, and he is said all the time like he's not down for a romance and stuff like that. Like he's never gonna fall in love with someone. Like if that's what she wants, then like she needs to quit while she's ahead basically. But as you read it, like you understand why, you understand his reasonings and like everything like that. You understand like his past life, and yeah, this was very much quite forbidden until it wasn't. But yeah, this is probably one of the spiciest Colleen Hoover books, I would say. Actually it might be the spiciest, because you had like quite a few like sex scenes, but they weren't like, if you had only read that you would think they're really graphic, but having read other books, I wouldn't say that they're like quite graphic, but at the time I thought they were quite spicy. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I ate that up. Like I said, it was a 5-star at the time, so I must have been feeling generous. Then we have Twisted Love, which is the smallest book in the Twisted series by Huang again. And this is the one I was talking about with Ava, and also Josh's best friend, who is Alex. And Josh basically goes off, he moves away, or he's like backpacking or something, I can't remember, but he goes and he says to Alex, like, who is like a multi-billionaire, don't disregard him by saying millionaire, but he's a billionaire, and basically says, can you watch over my sister like while I'm gone? They don't really like each other, the sister and the friend, but he's like, okay, well, you're my best friend, I'll do this for you. There's a lot of like plot twists like later on in the book, I would say, as well, but she hates that he's like watching over her, because he's sort of like stopping her from doing a few things. So she basically decides to play like a few games, try and get like all the emotions out of him, like, so let's see if he can laugh, let's see if he can cry, stuff like that. And he is like hard face, he is as hard faced as they come. This is very much like touch her and be unalived, literally, and also hates everyone but you. Do you know what? I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it like a 3 or 3.5 stars, but I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was that didn't give this a higher rating, but I still loved it nonetheless. Like there is some good, this was before I started tabbing, there was some good scenes in this, and Alex is a bloody diva, like especially in the later books as well. Like he just has these funny witty one-liners. Then finally we've got Wildest Dreams variation. As you can tell, this is very much in my tabbing era. This one I actually read only like a couple of books ago, to be honest, or like the last book I read maybe, or no, 2 books ago. So this is quite a recent read. It's her newest book that only came out on the 8th of April, and this is the 2nd book in the Forbidden Love series. Follows the Truly Madly Deeply, and this follows Dylan and her brother's best friend Ryland. She basically has a daughter who's almost 3, I want to say, and she moves to New York to basically flat sit for her brother, but also she wants like a fresh start. And Ryland lives in the apartment above her, and basically his best friend says, can you watch over my sister, whatever. They hate each other, like they are enemies, but they are so funny with each other. And yeah, he basically needs someone to, this also fake dating, he needs a fake date basically to get like secure a investment for a new app that he's got. So he makes a deal with her, like, I'll pay you if you can like pretend to fake date me. She's like, okay, yeah, but I want like this, I need you to like help out with like babysitting and stuff like that as well, and anything I need help around the house. And he's like, cool, done deal. But I don't know if it's like the law of the forbidden fruit for Ryland, but obviously the lines start to blur a bit. And yeah, even like towards the end of this I was like, oh my god, like what is gonna happen? I absolutely love this. And also the cover is stunning. This one, I feel like I can't really say much about it without giving too much away, just because I feel like you need to know like a bit of the backstory, or like what's within it to know about the story, if that makes sense. So it's like sometimes it's hard to describe a book without giving too much away, but this one is really good. It has some really good spicy scenes as well, and there's one scene that is spicy but also like really funny, and if you know, you know. But yeah, I would highly recommend this, and clearly I have got tabbed. I don't know if I can read out any of the tabs. I'll read this one out because it is not like super rude and doesn't give anything away, but also I laughed out loud for it. Look, I gotta go. I pushed off the kitchen island. Someone's coming. That someone better not be you, Kieran tutted. I just thought that was really witty and funny. That's it for that trope. If there's any specific tropes you want to see, like me do recommendations for, comment below and I will have a little look through and see what I can recommend for them. Thank you for being patient with me while I'm still learning this like YouTube journey. I know I said it before, but I'm not the greatest at like describing the books, and also once I've read a book I feel like it just goes out the window, out of my head, and I just cannot remember it sometimes. But I'm looking forward to learning on this journey with you, and hopefully I will get a lot better at this. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and hit subscribe, and I will speak to you all soon.